my life and die for. Having said that, the biblical example, when Jesus called Herod a fox, that was an example of calling him a bitch. When John the Baptizer called the scribes and Pharisees a bunch of snakes and vipers, and Jesus likewise called them that as well. Jesus called the Pharisees under Matthew's Gospel, chapter 23, several things: hypocrites, liars, but he called them also whited sepulchres. So when it comes to name calling, I take my lead from John the Baptizer and from Jesus, who's very good at name calling, and the Apostle Paul, who also identifies groups and names. So it is not outside the context or the canon of the Bible to level someone with a name. Obama is a Mac Daddy. He's a long-legged Mac Daddy.
Dr. Manning, do you fear for your life at this point?
As I stated just a few moments ago, I never say anything unless I'm willing to lay my life down for it. Now, I want to live like everybody else does. I've lived a goodly number of years. I've enjoyed life. However, if I should lose my life in this process, I'm not fearful of it, nor will I loathe it. I would just, whatever God would have me to do from that point on, gladly receive it. But I'm not backing up because I'm afraid of dying to do this event.
Stay right there. The destruction of our youth, coming up next.
One favorite setting, and that's TalkTainmentRadio.com.
Oh!
Radio, the way it should be heard.
You've got the power.
You are the power. Right here on Talktainment Radio. TalkTainmentRadio.com.
Some say English should be declared the official national language of the United States of America. Those who do not want this to happen feel it would divide the country even further. Perhaps just the opposite would take place. In order to function in this ever-increasingly pluralistic society, we need one common language to conduct business, to educate our children, and to successfully function outside of our own cultural boundaries or environments. Most business outside of the United States is conducted in the language of that country and in English. English has become a universal language. There is nothing wrong with anyone wanting to maintain their own culture through the use of their language. But if one chooses to live in America, it should be understood that English is the most spoken language.
That's another food for thought. To hear additional food for thought, stay tuned to TalkTainmentRadio.com. Radio, the way it should be heard.
A job is right now, a career is for life. And at 3MR School of Broadcasting, a state-approved education and training institute, we are about careers. Hi, I'm Casey Jones, veteran broadcaster and educator. I want you to get paper and pen ready. 3MR is excited about its new School of Broadcasting. Our outstanding faculty of broadcasting and educational professionals will educate and train you for an exciting and evolving career in broadcast and internet radio. We'll train you in programming, production, engineering, sales, and marketing. You'll be taught skills that are transferable to other related fields of communications. You will be exposed to state-of-the-art digital equipment and highly successful broadcasters with proven track records of excellence in the industry. Remember, the better your education, the better your opportunities. And at 3MR School of Broadcasting, we better your options. Call 3MR School of Broadcasting for more information at 614-228-2200. That's 614-228-2200. Call now.
Have you been diagnosed with prostate cancer? You may be eligible to participate in a clinical research study for an investigational procedure called High-Intensity Focused Ultrasound, or HIFU. This is a minimally invasive procedure. It is radiation-free, may destroy prostate cancer cells, and potentially has few side effects. This investigational procedure is performed at no cost to the patient. Call today at 1-866-619-6026 or visit www.theprostatecancerstudy.com. Have you been diagnosed with prostate cancer? You may be eligible to participate in a clinical research study for an investigational procedure called High-Intensity Focused Ultrasound, or HIFU. Call today at 1-866-619-6026 or visit www.theprostatecancerstudy.com.
Honey, have a good day. Don't forget your appointment.
What appointment?
September 16th. It's Take a Loved One to the Doctor Day. I made appointments for the whole family.
I've got a really busy day ahead.
We can't miss these appointments. We're doing this so that we'll be able to watch our children raise their children.
You're right. We're going to the doctor today.
Help close the health gap. Call the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services at 1-800-444-6472 for more information.
McGruff the crime dog here. Let's hear from an identity thief.
Identities are easy to catch online. I send people an official-looking email pretending to be their bank or credit card company and ask them to confirm their personal information. Books them every time.
Safeguard your personal information on the phone, online, and especially at home, because half of identity theft occurs by someone you think you know. Keep your identity to yourself and take a bite out of crime. Learn more from the National Crime Prevention Council at ncpc.org.
A message from this station, the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, and the National Crime Prevention Council.
TalkTainmentRadio.com. Radio. The way it should be heard.
Conversate in the AM with Kahari. Conversate in the AM. Conversate in the AM with Kahari.
Conversate in the AM. Let me hear from you. 1-877-932-9766. Oh! Good day in the AM. This is the day in the 168. You know what? There are 168 hours in a week. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you are here with me. Welcome to Conversate in the AM with Kahari for that rush in the morning. Heard exclusively on TalkTainmentRadio.com. Radio, the way it should be heard. 1-877-932-9766. All right, joining us in the AM is the Reverend Dr. James David Manning, Chief Pastor at ATLAH World Missionary Church on 123rd Street, New York City, up in Harlem. Reverend Dr. James Manning has, he's been all over the place. He's been on YouTube. He's been on Fox News. He's heard in medias all across the internet, all across the world, terrestrial radio. And he's got an event coming up in Harlem, May 14th to the 19th. Dr. Manning, tell us what this event is and why it's so significant, at least in terms of where you sit.
Thank you, Kahari. I need to let you know that I'm going to have to disengage in just a few moments. I need to get on with some other activities of my day.
Sure.
Here we got several things going on at the ministry that I must be attending to. But so I only can give a couple more minutes. But having said, in response to your question, we have enjoined under the power of the 10th Amendment a federal trial. It is our intent to use licensed lawyers and installed judges to preside over this trial. We plan to use all rules of evidence that would be accepted in any court at any time. It is not our intent to malign the law. We believe this will be an historical event, and we want the trial itself, in terms of its legal procedures, to be appellate-proof. We want this to be a historical, so history can look back at this trial, and the lawyers can examine what we did as to whether or not we followed the appropriate guidelines to reach a perceived victory. However, we do also recognize that we have the authority to do this. We're going to do it on the 14th of May. We are bringing Barack Obama to trial on several very obvious violations of the law that, for whatever reasons, a number of people have allowed him to continue